Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents Scents. It's time for another This Week in Fragrance, which there have been 3 This Week in Fragrances just in like the past week. So with the complete last half of last year, we were blessed with just about nothing as far as new releases goes, especially in the designer realm. And then basically the second that it ticked over to 2023, every single fragrance house in the world is like, have this new fragrance. Enjoy 2023, here you go. And in the last This Week in Fragrance that I did, I told you guys, the day after I filmed this video and it goes live, there's gonna be more stuff announced. I know it. And at the time I said that I thought it would be like a new Sauvage. We don't have that yet, but we do have more new releases. So what's on the docket today? Well, a new Valentino Uomo, a new Polo, some new stuff from Chanel, and also another Carolina Herrera that I didn't talk about last time. And this makes the 3rd new Carolina Herrera of the year already. So Carolina Herrera getting out ahead of everybody, just releasing literally everything for the year all at once, apparently. Let's jump into it, guys. Let's talk about some new fragrances. And of course, I'll remind you, as always, that if you use the code GENTS10 at maxaroma.com or twistedlily.com, it will get you 10% off your order. Keep that on the hush hush. I've never talked about that before, especially not in like 90% of my videos. So between you and I, that information. Also, shout out to iFragrance Official, Parfumo, and Now Smell This, all the usual places where you can find information on upcoming new frags. Hey, it's me, Ash from the future. Wow. So as has been happening lately, I shot This Week in Fragrance and then another big fragrance was announced. And instead of doing a completely new video on it, I decided just to film it in the future and insert it into this video. So sorry about the sudden change there from past me to future me. So the fragrance is Armani Code Eau de Toilette. Yeah. Now, if you remember when Armani Code Parfum came out, there was a lot of talk about how Armani was going to basically streamline the Code line. They had this new bottle style, and they were going to have Armani Code Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, and Parfum eventually in this new style. And that didn't necessarily mean good news for all the other Armani Code flankers, like my dear beloved Absolute. But yeah, now they have announced the new Armani Code Eau de Toilette in the new bottle style. Let's read about it. Your favorite seductive fragrance, Armani Code Eau de Toilette, is now available in a new, even more luxurious edition. Armani Code Eau de Toilette for men is ethereal and deep. Its invigorating chords slowly activate on the skin. This precisely composed fragrance inspires the modern man to freely express his emotions. Armani Code will surround you with an aura of natural magnetism and elegance, and thanks to the new refillable bottle, it will always be with you. You can't escape. Now that's all gravy, and it is in the new bottle style, looks almost identical to Armani Code Parfum other than the concentration of the fragrance where it says Eau de Toilette instead of Parfum. But the thing that I found interesting here, assuming that this is not an error, is the note breakdown. So we have a top of bergamot, a mid of lavender, and a base of tonka and gaiac wood. So if you're not really familiar with the note breakdown of the original Armani Code Eau de Toilette, you may look at that note breakdown and say to yourself, well, what does that matter? I will tell you, dear friend. And I would say, well, it's not the same as the original, which leads me to believe that this may not be just a simple change of packaging, but might be a reinterpretation, reimagining of Armani Code Eau de Toilette, a reformulation, if you will. So the original Armani Code, it did have bergamot in the top, but it also had lemon. So you may say, well, they're just simplifying it here with the initial no breakdown announcement. Cool. They just removed the lemon, they kept the bergamot, whatever. But then we get to the mid, and the note is lavender. The problem there, lavender is not a note officially in the original Armani Code. Depending on where you look, you'll see olive blossom or olive flower as a mid note in the original, and also star anise, which is, for a lot of people, one of the more interesting notes in Armani Code, one of the things that made it Armani Code. And then in the base, tonka and gaiac wood. Both of those notes are in the original Armani Code, so that's cool, but what's missing there? Leather. Yeah, leather, which is one of the other things that the original Armani Code is really well known for, leather and tonka. And other places do have tobacco listed as a note in the original as well. So absolutely we have a simplification at this point of the note breakdown, but that mid really jumps out at me. The lavender being the only note that they have present there right now in that fragrance, which is not at all in the original Armani Code. Now that leads me to think that there's something going on there. And honestly, it wouldn't be a surprise if they did modernize it, because the original Armani Code came out in 2004. Yes, it's a modern classic at this point, but it's been around the block a few times. So if Giorgio Armani did say, well, we're doing basically a complete new rebirth of this line, let's scrub out the other things that we've done, it would make sense for them to take the original and try to bring that into 2023 in terms of how it's constructed. So we'll have to see when the fragrance comes out if it really is just Armani Code thrown into a new bottle, or if this is a complete reimagining of Armani Code. If I were a betting man at this point, I would think that they're going to change it at least a little bit. But we will see, and you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Back to me in the past. Let's talk first about the new Chanels, because it's very exciting that Chanel is doing new fragrances for men, right? This is what we've been waiting for. More Chanel goodness in the Allure line. Oh wait, no, this is not what we were wanting. Chanel has decided to bless us with all over spray versions of Allure Homme and Allure Homme Sport. Now I'm hopeful that later on this year we do get something new from Chanel. Like a new line would be freaking awesome. Or maybe a new Bleu de Chanel, maybe something new in the Allure line, but something, give us something. But this is what we got right now. So in case you're unaware of what this is, and these are already for sale, you can go to Chanel's website, they're up there. I think they're at Saks Fifth Avenue also. But essentially what this is Chanel doing what Dior did with a Sauvage Very Cool spray, and what Hugo Boss did with some of their fragrances. They're just, you know, turning it into a portable spray, like in a metal can. All right, first off, let's read about the Allure Homme spray. The fresh, spicy, woody scent of Allure Homme and a fresh and hydrating fragrance body spray, a new way to wear fragrance. Infused with Japanese green citrus extract, an active ingredient developed by Chanel, this all-over spray helps keep skin feeling comfortable and hydrated. So they really want you to know, this is gonna hydrate you, boy. Lotion? Nah, just spray this over every inch of your body and be hydrated. I always do find it very interesting when fragrances use hydration as a selling point, because typically you're not going to cover your whole body, you know, all of your skin with fragrance. So, you know, how much does that hydration really help? You're spraying like the crook of your elbow, so the crook of your elbow is really nice and hydrated, or maybe you spray here on your clavicle or your neck or something. Oh, I got a hydrated neck. It just keeps me cool. I don't know. A light mist leaves it subtly scented. The product's portable format, designed to be taken everywhere with you, allows you to prolong your scent trail at any time of the day. Again, not meaning to, like, you know, crap on it or anything, but it's usually also not great when they market their product as a light mist with a subtle scent, especially when they're charging you $90 for it. So, you know, it's... But yeah, we've got the Allure Homme all over spray. So this has Japanese green citrus extract, tonka bean, cistus, and black pepper. Then we have Allure Homme Sport, the woody notes of Allure Homme Sport in a portable fragrance mist that can be sprayed throughout the day, infused with Japanese green citrus extract. I'm reading the same thing again. So this one has Japanese green citrus extract, Italian mandarin, cedar, tonka, and white musk. So yeah, we have all over spray versions of these two fragrances available now for $90 US in case you're interested. Let's move on to some of the new releases that are more new instead of a reimagining. Let's tackle Polo Red Parfum by Ralph Lauren. Polo Red Parfum by Ralph Lauren is a new fragrance for men launched in 2023 under the Polo Red collection. A spicy, woody fragrance features top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, and cranberry, followed by middle notes of sage, saffron, and base notes of ambergris, wood, and coffee. So I have some thoughts on this, and most of them positive, actually. Polo Red I've always liked. I think Polo Red is more interesting on the whole, more different than Polo Blue. Polo Blue Eau de Toilette I've never really cared for. Some of the flankers that came after, pretty good. Gold Blend I like a lot, and some of the others are solid. But with Polo Red, I've always really enjoyed that kind of coffee cranberry vibe when they pull it off well. And I actually think Polo Red Intense and Extreme probably are the better ones, even though they're pretty hard to find nowadays, especially Polo Red Intense. But I dig that. I really like that tart sweet cranberry that Polo Red Intense has. And as I said, the coffee works together really well with it. It's an interesting fragrance. Polo Blue Parfum that came out previously, that's solid. And this shares the same bottle design with that fragrance. So this one, I think, has the potential to be kind of a sleeper hit, like potentially one of the best releases of the year that I don't think will get too much hype, unless it's just really friggin' awesome. Like, that's my stupid Nostradamus prediction, that it comes out, smells really nice, but doesn't maybe set the world on fire. And then at the end of the year, when you go back and look at it, it's one of those fragrances that's in, like, you know, a lot of people's top 10s for best of the year. Although I could be completely wrong and they could completely butcher it and it could smell like trash. But I don't think that'll happen. I think it's gonna be good. I think. I know. No, I think. Let's talk about the Valentino next. So this is Valentino Uomo, Born in Roma, Intense. Yes, more Born in Roma, let's go. Now, a lot of people, myself included, were a little bit peeved when Valentino moved away from the origins of the Uomo line, that kind of DNA that the first fragrances, Valentino Uomo and Uomo Intense, really are the ones I'm kind of singling out there. But when they moved away from that style into the Born in Roma style, which is definitely geared more toward younger people, geared more toward that sweet side of things, that some people would say more typical mass appealing style. A lot of people didn't like that. I'm not a big fan of Born in Roma myself. I do think that it's great for younger guys who are looking for just a compliment puller that's really versatile. I will absolutely recommend it for people after that, but it's not something that I like myself. Some of the flankers that came out afterwards, you know, got a little bit better as compared to the original Born in Roma, but here we are to Born in Roma Intense. Born in Roma Intense by Valentino is a reinterpretation of the iconic Valentino fragrance, Born in Roma. It's iconic already, which pays homage to the eternal city while emphasizing the individuality of the wearer. This fragrance for those who reach for the stars and want to bring the best version of themselves to life. I think they missed an is. This fragrance is for those, but that's okay. It strives to balance ambivalences and, like in real life, to allow both light and shadow. These write-ups, man, they never get old. It's always just such fluff, like none of it actually means anything. Yeah, this fragrance, you know, it strikes balance from the ambivalences in life. It allows both light and shadow. What are you talking about? No, dude. It smells like bubblegum and vetiver. Let's keep reading. The olfactory pyramid of this amber fougere fragrance for men consists of sensual vanilla and smoky woody vetiver, which combine in all their intensity in the base note with lavender to create an unforgettable and masculine fragrance combination. So as of now, just 3 notes here, and as I say every time, it's not just got 3 notes. I'm sure that this is just, you know, that initial bit of advertising where they simplify things. And yes, maybe when it comes out, it will still have just 3 listed notes. That does happen sometimes. Azzaro has been doing that lately, but I would imagine they'll flesh it out as it comes out for release. But if they don't, that still is, you know, what we're going with right now: lavender, vanilla, and vetiver. So the question here is, will this improve on Born in Roma? And if it does, how much? My guesstimation is that it does improve, at least for my own tastes, Born in Roma. I know, again, there's not much to go on here. Vanilla, lavender, and vetiver, and those notes are not exactly anything that's hyper unique. I mean, they're used in so many different things, right? But if this does follow along with how it typically goes, where you take the original and then you make it richer, deeper, smoother, a bit more mature, something like Born in Roma, I think would be improved a great deal by having that done to it. Or maybe this doesn't even smell that much like Born in Roma to begin with. They do call it a reinterpretation of the original Born in Roma. They don't say that it's taking the original and making it more intense, even though that is the name of the fragrance. So maybe this reinterpretation reinterprets that fragrance in a much different way. Of course, I will buy it and let you guys know what I think about it. Lastly, let's talk about this new Carolina Herrera. As I said, the third new Carolina Herrera fragrance for men that has been announced this year already. And that's not including the women's fragrances. You include that and there's even more. 212 VIP Black, I Love New York by Carolina Herrera. I hope you're ready to be sued by Bond Number 9. Like, I'm kind of joking, but kind of not. Bond Number 9 has a bit of a history of being litigious, and they have a fragrance that is I Love New York, and it is also in a black bottle, or they had a fragrance, I Love New York, also in a black bottle. I'll grab it. Yeah, this one. So here's the Bond, there's the Herrera. Now I know a lot of you would say, nah man, you're not gonna get sued for that. You, my friend, do not know Bond Number 9. I'm probably gonna get sued because I brought up that they sue people. Okay, back to the business at hand. 212 VIP Black, I Love New York Eau de Parfum is a limited edition men's fragrance that celebrates the energy of the world's most vibrant city. Paying tribute to the legendary I Love New York logo, this special edition reinvents the iconic 212 VIP Black scent with an all-new exterior and a new 100% vegan fragrance combining aromatic floral and musky notes plus a hint of coffee to keep up with the rhythm of this bustling city. So at some point, I feel like all designer fragrances are just gonna be like, yo, this is 100% vegan, like all of them, because that is becoming very, very common. But every fragrance that is a vegan fragrance at this point is using that as a selling point, as something in the marketing. So I wonder if when everything does go 100% vegan fragrance wise, if they still use that as marketing or they just no longer care. I don't have a horse in that race. I don't care. As long as the fragrance smells good, that's all I care about. Okay, so the notes: lavender, coffee, leather, vetiver. Pretty simple. I like coffee. I like vetiver. I do know that the Bond Number 9 also has coffee, so oh no! Oh, run away. So we got another 212 VIP Black coming out, a limited edition. They do one of these pretty much every year in the 212 line. The problem with them, which maybe isn't actually a problem, depending on how you view it, is typically when Herrera does a limited edition, they actually do mean limited edition. So like you can get it for a limited amount of time. If you don't get it, good luck. Other brands will put out a limited edition and it's like limited, where 4 or 5 years later, you can still find it easily. That's not the case with Herrera. A lot of times their stuff, you don't grab it when it's out, it's gone. So there we go, more fragrances. And I feel like there's more still to come. It's just been absolutely rapid fire at the beginning of the year here. Just crazy, which I'm not against because it's been so long since some real big new designer fragrances have come out that I'm ready for some new stuff. It's just, I hope it doesn't follow along with like this pattern of huge dump where every single brand releases something at once and then you have nothing for like 4 months. I would rather it be spread out a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. So there we go, some more 2023 releases coming your way. Let me know which ones you're most excited about in the comments. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.